Good morning, today I'm gonna show you top 5 free games that will teach you CSS. And first game in my list is Flexbox Froggy. This fun little game teaches you the basics of Flexbox layout. The task is to move this little frog to the lily pad. First task is very simple and it already has the answer. We need to enter justify content flex and to move the froggy to the right. Let's do it. Justify content flex and we've passed the level and can go to the next one. With each level, the tasks gradually become more complex, so by the end of this course you will know CSS Flexbox pretty well. The free version contains 24 levels, showing different aspects of Flexbox layout. It will be enough if you're just a beginner, but if you want to learn more about Flexbox, then definitely check out the Pro version. The Flexbox Froggy Pro version contains more levels and allows you to refine your Flexbox skills even further. To get the Pro version of this game, you need to register and upgrade your account, and at the moment of this recording it costs $6 a month. But if you don't want to pay and you still want to refine your Flexbox skills, there is another game which is the second game in my list. And this game is Flexbox Tower Defense. In this game you need to position your towers to prevent the enemies to pass your defenses. The enemies always come from the top and you need to position your towers so they will get maximum effectiveness. If you hover the justify content, you will see the options that it accepts. I think in this case it's best if we put the towers in the middle of the screen. Let's do it. Justify content center. What do you think? Looks good to me. Let's try and start the wave. And we are done. If you succeeded, you can go to the next wave. Now we have more towers and we need to position each of them differently. On this level we need to position the first and the last tower to the end of the Flexbox. We do it using justify content flex and same for the last one. Justify content flex and we put the second one in the center of the screen. Let's do it. Justify content center. Looks good to me, so we can start the wave. As you can see, this game provides a different set of exercises. So after you beat the Flexbox Froggy, definitely check this one out. After you've learned Flexbox, it's time to refine your CSS Grid skills. And the next game will help you do this. It is CSS Grid Garden. In this game you have a field with crops and you need to water them. To do this, you position the water block so that it matches with the crop's position. Let's solve the first problem. To do this, we need to specify grid column start for our water block. Grid column start 3. We're done and we can move to the next level. In this game you not only need to water your crops, but you also need to poison the weeds in your garden. So let's move the poison to the end of the screen. We'll do it using grid column start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are done again. As you can see, this game uses the same approach as previous games, but instead of teaching you Flexbox, it teaches you CSS Grid layout. Okay, we're done with positioning for now. Next game will teach you CSS selectors. The game is called CSS Dinner, and here you need to write CSS selectors to select different things on the table. And our first task is to select the plates. Okay, you see we have the plate element, so we can write a selector, plate, and then enter to make it work. Now we need to select the bento boxes, but it's the same as the previous task. We just type bento instead of plate. To pick the plate with ID fancy, it's enough to just select it by ID, because there is only one fancy thing on the table. And by the way, IDs should be unique. Alright, now we have something interesting. We have two apples, one on the plate and another one on the table. We need to pick the one that is on the plate. We can do it using the nested selectors. We say plate and then its immediate child, apple. Whoa, this game is actually addictive. I want to continue playing. We need to pick the cucumber on the fancy plate. Fancy pickle. Now we need to select the small apples, and it's easy to do with the class selector, small. Okay, I will leave the rest of the exercises to you and stop playing this game. Let's continue with the video. Prepare, because the last game in this list is actually more advanced. It is called CSS Battle, and here you need to use the minimum amount of instructions to build the pictures proposed on the screen. Let's pick something simple. How do we pick something simple? I'm gonna start with the first challenge. We need to make the picture on the left look like the picture on the right. So we need to set the brown background, and this rectangle, which is orange, should have this teal or greenish whatever color. We also need to remove this margin. So let's define a new block, body, and set margin 0. Now let's set the background. Let's copy the background color. Good. Now it looks to me that this square is twice as big as the target one. So let's set width 200, height 200. And now we need to set the background color of our div. Copy this color and paste it here. And now make sure to remove the comments, because they count in the amount of characters. Now we can press submit. And my score is not too good. And if you Google for the solutions, you will find out that the winning answer to this problem is actually this. But I would recommend to not spoil it and first try to solve the problem yourself. Then you can resort to Google and find the CSS tricks that will allow you to solve the problems with tremendous efficacy. And this is it for today. Let me know in the comments if you know any other CSS games that I didn't mention in this video. Subscribe to the channel and join my Discord server to pick the topics for the next videos. See you next time.